Yo, YouTube, what is up? Radar25 back again with another video. My co-host, Michael Fuentemania.
What up, Mox?
Guys, what is up? We're back with another takeaway video, and it's our 4 takeaways. Almost forgot the number. 4 takeaways for the Wednesday Night Wars, NXT versus AEW. Both interesting shows. Not a ton of match. The matches weren't like all that's amazing or special. But we got some extra storyline stuff going on here. Cody, Lance Archer, more of that. More of Elite versus Inner Circle, all that good stuff, guys. But before we get into the video, I want to remind you guys, drop a like on this video and previous videos. Also, if you're watching that, subscribe. Please subscribe to the channel and drop that, and hit that notification bell so you guys aren't missing anything. The live streams. Follow me social media, Instagram, Twitter. Also follow my live streams on Twitch, Mixer, where I'm playing like Call of Duty. All that stuff pop out on the screen all right now, guys. But without further ado, let's jump into the video. Our 4 takeaways from the Wednesday Night Wars, NXT versus AEW.
Oh yeah!
All right, guys, so NXT started with the tag team title match for the NXT Tag Team Championships. It was the tag team champions, Timothy Thatcher, Matt Riddle, the Newly Bros, I think they're calling them.
Yep.
And they're going against Imperium, Fabian Archer, Aichner or Archer, whatever his name is,
I don't know.
and Barthel, Marcel Barthel.
Too many guys on that UK NXT to remember.
Yeah, tough names to pronounce or whatnot, but this is a solid match. Enjoyed it, and this guy's is gonna be takeaway number 1 of the night, because this is gonna be a recurring theme throughout the show. It kind of spreads out throughout. It is because the match was good and all that. We got this put together tag team of Thatcher and Riddle, because obviously Pete Dunne cannot travel into the United States. So it is what it is. But with the match being what it was a solid match. These guys work together because they're all hard-hitting styles and all that stuff like that. But we have new NXT tag team champions. NXT tag team champions is Imperium now, or the tag team champions. They would win this match, and during the course of the match, Matt Riddle would grab one of the Imperium guys, toss him over his head like a belly to belly, and his legs would hit Timothy Thatcher like in the corner and knock him out. And then like Timothy Thatcher, I guess he got mad about it and then just kind of walked away.
It's
and left Riddle for himself. Yeah,
it's a little bit like, hey buddy, it's not that big of a deal. It's wrestling. You got hit. A little overreacting, but I mean, it was time for them to break this team up. They probably didn't want to throw Thatcher. That's the way they brought him in as his pseudo tag team partner. So they probably just want to build him up more than just being like the fill-in guy. Yeah, so I see where like it was just kind of a stupid reason for him to get mad, but it was cool and it worked out the rest of the night. And that Thatcher guy really just showed what he was about the whole night. So I did enjoy it a little bit.
Yeah, it was kind of dumb the way he got mad over that. Dumb. It was dumb.
It made no sense whatsoever.
Yeah.
But
Imperium is the tag team champs now, so the issue starts between Riddle and Thatcher, and they would brawl in the back once.
Yep.
In the back, and a sighting of Mr. Big Wiggle, Norman Smiley, they're breaking up the fight. We don't get to see Norman Smiley too much on TV, but we got to see him here. He was in the back breaking up the fight. And then they would fight again later on while Riddle was getting interviewed about the fight. They would get into a fight.
Mr. William Regal announced that a fight will happen that night. So he
made the match. Yeah,
he made the match happen.
Yeah,
and then all of a sudden
Thatcher attacks him with some random TV screen, little monitor screen hits him, and then they have their match as the main event. And we'll get into that right now because it is part of takeaway number 1. Yes, new NXT tag team champions and this whole issue between Thatcher and Riddle. So let's continue to go on. So they broke this tag team up. It makes sense. They're not the original tag team that won. And since you can't do anything with Pete Dunne, it's kind of like they got to get the titles off of them because, that's not the real tag team champions. It's Riddle and Dunne, not Riddle and Thatcher. And there's really not much you can do.
Yeah, and you didn't want to build Thatcher just as like I said earlier, the replacement. The replacement guy. That's what he is. He's the replacement. He's a scab for the old NFL players like that. But it's just it doesn't make any sense. It's not fair to him either because we're just seeing him we're not seeing his full skills or what he's about or his character really. So I think it just makes sense to break them up. It was never supposed to last. It is what it is at this point. But they did have a good match. I like the chain wrestling. Both guys really did a great job at chain wrestling on the ground in their main event match. And Riddle picked up the win.
Yeah, Riddle picks up the win, and then Thatcher attacks him after the fact and really hits that armbar on him and is really got Riddle writhing in pain the entire time. So we're going to see that continuation of this feud go on now. So now Riddle has like a prominent thing that he's doing in a feud against Timothy Thatcher, his former like whatever replacement partner for Pete Dunne. So I think it works for the best. You have Imperium as the tag team champions. It gives them something to do to keep them relevant as they buy time until Walter Finn Balor can finally happen. So they want to keep all these guys relevant and moving around. And like you said, that's a good point. That you want it's not fair for Thatcher because he's not able to show exactly who he is completely. He's just seen as the guy who's just is just there because Pete Dunne can't be there. Yeah,
he's a replacement player. It's just not, it's not fair to him.
So it's surprising to see them do the tag team in the beginning, have them fight a lot throughout the night, and then have them in a match at the main event. So that was actually pretty cool because that reminds me of like the old Raws from the late 90s where there was a lot of continuity. Not continuity. There was a lot like the main storyline would affect other storylines and it would always like kind of just seamlessly go through the entire show. You would see that the main storyline seam through the entire show. So that's good.
It was a throwback for sure. It was a throwback.
Yeah, it was a throwback for that. Guys, but that is takeaway number 1. And that's the first thing on the show. The next thing on the show, just a regular whatever match. Tegan Nox is in the Hartwell. Tegan Nox obviously get the win there. Not much to talk about. Tegan Nox keeps going. Next thing on the show, another interim cruiserweight title tournament match, and it's Jake Atlas versus Tony Nese. Two guys we don't really care about. Jake Atlas gets the win. Tony Nese has been eliminated already from the tournament, and he continues 0-3. So
what a loser Tony Nese is.
He's pretty much done for right now. So Jake Atlas keeps moving on. Guys, next thing on the show.
Right after that was the Undisputed Era's terrible. The bubbly bunch. There was their version. It was awful. Don't do it again. Moving on.
Yeah, it was just the 4 of them on like a FaceTime call or a Zoom call like we're doing. It was corny, and you guys see Kyle O'Reilly because you haven't seen him in a while.
And then there was a Karrion Kross promo, real quick Karrion Kross promo, just kind of saying, the end is here. TikTok, and we'll see where the character goes from there. Scarlett was in the background; she didn't say anything in the entire promo. Yeah. So it was just kind of seeing the character of why he's there, what he has to say.
Yeah, I'm just waiting to see him finally take on Ciampa and really start that feud up. Yeah. Guys, next thing on the show, it was Finn Balor versus Cameron Grimes. It was a fine match. Grimes, he's a good wrestler, but his gimmick kind of sucks. Like whatever his gimmick is, I don't really know. It's like was he like a backwoods gator wrestler type? I don't know what he's doing. Yeah, I don't really understand. Yeah. I don't really understand it, but it was a really good match. It was a disqualification match. The way the match ended, but this takeaway number 2 and number 2 of 4 overall for the Wednesday Night Wars, and it is the fact that Damian Priest attacks Finn Balor. And we find out that he's the one that attacked him 3 weeks ago when he was supposed to have the match against Velveteen Dream. And there was, he wasn't able to compete because he was attacked. He didn't know who it was. Now we know it was Damian Priest. So Damian Priest, after his feud with Keith Lee for the NXT North American title, now he's transferring and switching over to a feud with Finn Balor. Obviously, Finn Balor just lying and waiting now because of the Walter thing kind of getting thrown out. Yeah. So
it's a fill-in. It's a good little story. It's again, this is really not going to go anywhere. This is kind of like filler for Finn. Finn is kind of just making something up. It's nice that they build it for a couple of weeks here with the surprise perp. You find out who the perp is, cost him the match. It's a fun little story. We'll see. I like Finn in NXT. The second run. Hopefully he can bring up Priest a little bit and make this meaningful rivalry going forward.
But one of the things, it's okay. So he's taking on Priest. So is Finn still a heel?
But I think Finn has been a tweener. I don't think he's really been a heel.
Well, he's been a heel. He came in as a heel when he managed to attack Gargano and stuff like that. But right now, it doesn't really see. Yeah, you're right. He seems like a tweener, or you don't really know what he's about. Like he's a good or bad.
Yeah, because even when he did that, people were still like, no one was really booing him, or he's kind of too cool. Like he's a cool heel. Comes out the leather jacket, has a cool intro. Like it's
the Bullet Club effect.
It's the Bullet Club effect. Yeah, it's cool heels. He's like, it's the Austin effect, really. It's just like the cool badass is always going to be the tweener, and that's kind of what he is. And I mean, we'll see where it goes. Again, it's just a filler. Hopefully, Priest has the deepest voice ever. I can't get over it. It sounds like
is
that his real voice? Because that's unbelievable.
Who knows? But it's got to be. But yeah, that shit is deep. It's deep as hell. Deepest voice in pro wrestling.
Like it just throws me off completely. I'm not used to it. I don't expect it. It just he's a tall guy, but his voice is like scary as all hell.
Yeah.
But again, it's a filler. We'll see where this goes. Just Finn needs something to do. Basically, is where we're at. You know,
he does need something to do. The Walter thing, this whole thing happened during the whole,
the
quarantine, all stuff like that. So nobody's able to travel. So it really screwed up the whole storyline they had between Walter and Finn Balor. Something that we were excited to see. It was for the NXT UK title. I kind of felt like Finn Balor would have came out on top of that match too.
I think so too. Yep, I think so too. And it would have added more credibility to the NXT UK roster, and maybe made us watch that and review that.
It's a big name. Yeah, it's a big name
showing up there.
It's not a big. It's not like it's just not only just a big independent name. It's a big like name in mainstream pro wrestling. You know what I'm saying?
He's a former NXT champ, former WWE Universal champ. You know,
was a worldwide superstar basically. Yeah,
former leader of the Bullet Club.
So good to see that. We'll see where that feud keeps going, because we'll get into the announcement right now. I assume their match will take place at the newly created takeover event June 7th. It is going to be NXT Takeover in Your House.
Yeah,
this is because they had a backstage video where it was DX. Triple H, DX, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, and Road Dogg Jesse James, and they were talking about how it's the 25th anniversary of the first In Your House, and they announced that will be the next takeover event, and I'm super excited. I hope they do the house entrance theme, like with the house, the same exact one.
That'd be awesome. Like where Shawn Michaels was hanging at the top and he came in.
Well, the funny thing is that you say that on Twitter, Johnny Gargano says he put that video and said dibs. So I guess he's calling dibs on doing it.
Do it, because that shit was awesome. I remember that as a kid. I used to love the In Your House. Remember the old terrible In Your House video game?
Yeah.
It was like Mortal Kombat style, the worst games ever. But those are like the first pay-per-views I can remember as a kid, growing up and like wanting, and it was like $20 or whatever. They're like 2 hours long. It was really good. Fatal 4-Way In Your House is one that I loved. Calgary Stampede In Your House was an awesome one. So it's just like there's a lot of historic events from In Your House. So it's cool they brought it back. Yeah, and it makes sense because we're all in our house right now. So
it does make a ton of sense. Now,
marketing.
I mean, it worked perfectly because we are in our house because quarantines, and then also it's the 25th anniversary of it. Yeah, so it kind of lined up perfectly for them to do it. June 7th, NXT Takeover In Your House. We will see a lot of matchups going on there. Maybe we'll see Finn Balor versus Damian Priest there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, guys, next thing on the show is another interim tag cruiserweight title tournament. Jack Gallagher versus Isaiah Scott. I think Jack Gallagher was eliminated already.
Yeah, because he was 0-2 coming in. So I don't even know what the tournament is right now. It's kind of like guys that are eliminated are still able to wrestle, but why?
I mean, I think they still have like a slim chance if other people lose. I think that's the way it's working. I don't know the exact records for everybody.
I mean, Morrow pretty much said that he has no chance of winning. Like, it's just like his chances are over because he's 0-2. So I don't know how this works, because I thought 2 losses you're out, but I don't know. And then Tony Nese is 0-3. I don't know why he's allowed to wrestle again.
Well, he attacked Isaiah Scott in this match in the beginning. Gallagher won the match, so he continues to go on. All guys continue to go on for the most part right now. So we'll see where it goes from here. Gallagher gets a win. I believe he's 1-2, and I think Isaiah Scott is 1-2 as well.
Mm-hmm.
Next thing on the show, another quick match: Kaden Carter versus Aaliyah. Aaliyah's having these issues with whether she's going to join Robert Stone and Chelsea Green. Kaden Carter gets the win, and basically seems like Aaliyah's going to join that and create a stable with Chelsea Green and Robert Stone. So
we'll see.
Give her something to do. Give her something to do.
She's been around forever and she's never done anything. So okay.
Yeah. And then the match after that was. Oh no, I'm sorry.
Well, don't forget the Gargano.
Yeah, we're gonna
Candice LeRae.
We're gonna get to the Candice LeRae thing because the main event obviously talked about was takeaway number 1. It was Matt Riddle, Timothy Thatcher. Really good match. We like the ending and everything like that. That feud continued. We talked about that already. We'll end NXT with another Gargano, Candice LeRae in their house eating their corny dinner
with the ball cup right in the middle of the centerpiece table.
Yeah, the cup that was
infamous cup
protecting Johnny Gargano's nutsack in that match against Tommaso Ciampa.
Yeah.
So they continue their gimmick of like seeming happy-go-lucky or nice, and then it kind of the camera cuts to gray and they're all like kind of sadistic about it. Yeah. But my problem is that Johnny Gargano is doing a good job of it because his demeanor and voice changes when the screen turns gray. Candice LeRae doesn't.
No, she keeps the same.
She keeps the same tone of voice and cadence and everything. She sounds exactly the same when she's normal as when the screen turns to gray. She's supposed to be sadistic and evil.
All they do is black and white, and they shake the camera in your face, and they do like they have 4 eyes or whatever. I don't know. I mean, like we said like before, her heel feel isn't there yet. I don't think Johnny's got it locked down and he's gonna kill it. I'm not sure where Candice LeRae's at.
Yeah, she's not there yet at that level.
She's working the heel. She'll learn. It's like right now she's playing heel. She's not being the heel. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah.
Like she's you gotta just do it. You gotta like commit to it. And some people just don't have it. Like Natalia, somebody that can't be a heel. she's just a automatic baby face, like no matter what.
She's too nice. Yeah,
she's too nice. Where Candice might fall in there, but I mean, they'll work on it. They'll work on the characters. They'll work on the storyline. Like the upcoming matches will add her style of, in the matches of being a heel can like add to her heel effect, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, she needs to like do what Johnny's doing, where he changes his voice and his cadence and all that stuff as it gets darker. So
yeah, but this is basically set up their next feud. So she was talking about Mia Yim, so I assume Mia Yim and her will feud, and then Johnny Gargano talking about his match against Dijakovic last week, and now talking about Keith Lee. So I think Keith Lee's going after the North American title now against Keith Lee. So that feud will probably start and maybe go into In Your House Takeover. So it should be awesome.
That could be an awesome feud.
Crazy size difference right there. So we'll see what's going on. Yeah,
I can't wait for that. That's gonna be good.
That's gonna be good stuff, guys. That's NXT. We're gonna get into AEW now, the second part of the Wednesday Night Wars, and do our 2 takeaways from AEW and 4 total for Wednesday Night Wars. So let's get into AEW right now. All right, guys. So AEW started off with Lance Archer and Jake the Snake Roberts cutting a promo. Now, this is going to be takeaway number 1 of AEW. So chronologically, takeaway number 3 out of 4 for the Wednesday Night Wars. So it was Archer, Jake the Snake in the ring. Obviously, Jake the Snake's cutting the promo, talking about what he did last week to Brandy with the snake and all that. So, he's saying he won't apologize. He needs to kiss his ass first before he apologizes. Then we hear he's starting to cut his promo, right? And then we hear like a big rumbling, like of a motor in the background.
A good old American V8.
Yeah, and then it ends up being Cody in his very nice
F-150, Call of Duty or Black Ops, F-150.
Yeah, Roush edition. Nice. Yeah. Really nice truck. He's revving it. Now he moves it about 10 feet and crashes into the small little like barrier, and it just gets out. Which I guess he just want to show off his truck, I guess, or something like that. I don't know, but it is.
Well, it has the effect. Remember, Austin would always drive into things. So
it has the effect. It was very small, and he just, like I said, only went like 10 feet when he did it. You know what I'm saying?
So it was still cool. I still enjoyed it. I popped.
Anyways, he finally gets his hands, or finally goes after Lance Archer. Like we've been saying for the past 3 weeks, I think they've missed the boat in a couple things. Like he should have had the face, the camera cut to his face while he was looking at Archer when he was holding his brother after his brother got beat. We've talked about that a lot. So I think they should have done that. I think that hurt the feud a little bit. Okay, so Brandy gets the snake on her last week. Okay, he doesn't show up. Now he shows up this week. That's okay. But he finally, acknowledges Archer's existence basically and attacks them, and they start brawling and stuff like that. So I mean,
and avenges his family, but finally, though it took
it took him 3 weeks to do it. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I understand you want to keep them apart and not may have them touched until now or 2 weeks out from
But this could have been the first time. But this could have been the first time they touched. Maybe he could have done the running, like we said, do the running last week, and Archer because
it felt like this entire time he's been not. Just throwing Archer to the side, I don't care about you. You know what I'm saying? That's what it felt like. And we said, I don't want we're gonna keep beating a dead horse, but we wanted that camera cut and that visual of him holding his brother and staring down Archer like shit's on now. You know what I'm saying? And then his wife and then all stuff like that. So they held it off. I think it hurt the feud a little bit, but they finally got to touch. A lot of brawling here. Cody had his hands taped up and all that stuff. A lot of brawl. I mean, Cody. He was a bit of you could tell Archer felt like, oh shit, this guy's a bit of a matchup, a tough matchup for him. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to demolish Cody, but Cody's going to have to resort to certain types of things, certain maybe underhanded tactics, maybe some low blows.
And that's the way it should be because Archer's the big bad monster. But again, like you said, they had a good back and forth. Archer still looks strong, still looks like a beast, but it looks like, hey, this guy Cody's actually can be competitive in the match and actually be a threat to him. So that was important to keep that aspect of it. I also love the way Archer just had to come out clotheslining random people. That was pretty hilarious. I was like, who's this random guy? Bang! Just takes him out. I was like, that's good shit. Liked it. Jake is also doing a great job too. Jake's being a fucking piece of shit asshole. So he's really good at being a fucking asshole.
Yeah. So you always know what you're gonna get with Jake anyway. So you always know you're gonna get awesome. Great shit, because that's all he ever does. Is just outperforms everybody and just does great shit. But really awesome start to the show. We finally get to see Cody, go after Archer and really take him seriously. Now finally, so the match is coming up now. Funny thing that was announced. Obviously, we got one more Dynamite before Double or Nothing on the 23rd on a Saturday. this TNT tournament final match will take place obviously at Double or Nothing. They announced that Mike Tyson, Iron Mike Tyson, will be there to present the TNT championship to whoever wins. It seems random, but it's smart on their part because Mike Tyson has been all over like social media about his return. He wants to return to boxing. That's the rumor. He wants to return to boxing.
I mean, he can still kill most people on the planet Earth at 52 years old. I'll tell you that much. If you've seen
probably
videos.
Could, yeah.
Look at stuff to watch. just watch that video.
Yeah. So now he will be there. Interesting that he will, and for the TNT Championship, he will be presenting it. Also, I think it's because Jim Ross is around, so he will be able to make the call.
Tyson.
So that's what we're expecting, or something like that. But it's interesting. But they want some mainstream effect for the show.
And Mike Tyson loves wrestling. We all know that he loves wrestling. 20 years ago, whatever that was, 21 years ago, WrestleMania 14, he pretty much turned the tide in the Monday Night Wars. Having him around basically
exposed the shit out of it. Yeah, like it was
and basically just took WWE all to the way to the top where they ended up buying their competition. So Mike Tyson's always good to have in our life. Everybody loves Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson's believable, realistic, and we all loved Mike. So
yeah, we all do. Yeah. So that's cool. We'll see. Hopefully this match lives up to the hype, and it's really an awesome match. I think it's gonna have to be Cody fighting from underneath for the most part.
For sure.
I kind of feel like Archer should win though.
I think Archer should win too.
I think he should win. I don't think Cody should. I think Archer should win this match.
Because Archer needs to win. Well, we can talk about it more next week when it's going on there. But I think Archer has to win this match.
I think Archer should win. Yeah, I think Archer should because he'd be built another like elite star top of the card.
And
that guy,
he's a monster. And then if he loses, is he a monster anymore?
Yeah.
Like you want to keep that monster feel, like kind of like the Brock thing. You want to keep him realistic and a viable monster.
Not to go too long on this, but what I'd have him do is I would have him win, have Tyson present the title, and then him attack Tyson.
Yeah.
Drop Tyson's on his ass or something like that.
I don't know, but I feel like
I feel like Tyson probably be like, nah, I'm not gonna do that shit. But we'll see what happens. Guys, next thing on the show is Jurassic Express versus the Best Friends. They hyped up. They did a package beforehand, hyping up the AEW tag team division, which obviously AEW is tag team wrestling at this point. Yeah. That is tag team wrestling. They're at the tippy top of tag team wrestling. Everything they produce.
They have like 2 or 3 tag team matches a night. So yeah.
Yeah. This is another awesome match, nonstop, all over the place type match. Obviously, we have Jungle Boy. You have all these other guys in the match. It's gonna be like that. Best Friends do get the win, but the interesting thing about this match, Orange Cassidy, even though it felt like all really set up because he went to the top of the ramp and just kind of telling Trent to get up. It was weird. It was odd that he was doing that, and then he got totally sideswiped and kicked the shit out of by Phoenix, the returning Phoenix.
Finally,
he came out of nowhere with a jumping sidekick and just rocked the shit out of him. Yeah. Yep. So they will have a match next week. So it's good to see Phoenix back. Hopefully we see Pentagon soon and get that Death Triangle back up and running.
And MJF and Jungle Boy, MJF kind of interfered and took out Jungle Boy. So that's their match or Double Nothing. As well.
Yeah, MJF, Jungle Boy, Double Nothing. We also saw Wardlow have like a confrontation
with Luchasaurus.
Wardlow absolutely destroyed Marco Stunt here. I feel
Everybody
bad as hell
does,
for Marco Stunt, man. I feel bad.
But like when you're that big, like that's all you can do.
You can do. Yeah.
He has a job to get his ass kicked and make everybody look good. That's his job.
Yeah. You mean when you're that small?
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna mistake Marco Stunt as being big. All right. So he got destroyed. So this was face to face. There could be eventual tag team matches between Jungle Express and MJF and Wardlow. So we're excited to see that. But MJF will take on Jungle Boy Jack Perry at Double or Nothing. Mm-hmm. Next thing on the show, Fatal 4-Way women's match. It was Sheeta, Penelope Ford, Chris Statlander, and Britt Baker. Yes, it was an awesome match. This is the type of shit you got to do to showcase the women's division, to really build it up, right? So Sheeta gets the win. Basically, she steals the win because Britt Baker was so preoccupied in beating the shit out of Chris Statlander.
Britt Baker still stole the show and like she did. Yeah, she had the mandible claw. Yeah, she learned the mandible claw. And she had a rubber dentist glove, or as we are quarantine.
Well, that's her shtick, right? So she's a dentist, obviously. So she uses the mandible claw with the glove on. Yeah, she's a real dentist. So that's her shtick.
Mick Foley called her the greatest wrestling dentist.
Yes.
Shiraishi Yankem, I don't know.
She didn't have much to go against because Shiraishi Yankem wasn't all that.
I don't know, bro. Sergey was a man. He was legit. He became Kane for crying out loud.
Yeah.
Mayor of Knoxville County for crying out loud.
Thank God for us that he became Kane. To this day is that.
But gotta be Kane.
This was an awesome match. Obviously, Sheeta wins because obviously Britt Baker was on the outside doing the mandible claw on Chris Statlander for 10 hours. So Sheeta gets the win, and she's obviously the person that's going to take on Nyla Rose. I believe they announced her Double or Nothing. It will be Nyla Rose versus Shida.
And Nyla Rose basically hit it with a kendo stick afterwards.
Hilarious part. Yeah, they're interviewing Shida. Here comes Nyla Rose, says, I found something that you lost, and just cracks her over the head with that shit.
And then just walks away.
I find your kendo stick, bitch, and walks away. I thought it was hilarious.
I cracked.
I'm going to say this right now. Britt Baker is the star of the women's division.
Oh, yeah, it's not even close.
She's the number one, and I think the whole division should be built around her. She is the most
without
entertaining,
question,
and she has the most to show, basically, because I think the whole dentist thing plays in well. There's a lot of fun things you could do with that, but
and she's actually a real dentist. Like, it's amazing.
Yeah, she gets the win. She'll be there.
We're all so lazy.
I believe Britt Baker will be second in line to get a title shot, and I think she should be the face of the women's division.
100%.
Yeah. Next thing on the show, guys, was Matt Hardy. This was Damascus actually that came out.
Damascus came out, get it right.
Yeah, Damascus came out with Kenny Omega to take on Pride and Powerful, Santana and Ortiz. In another great tag team match, another really good tag team match that they're producing out of here. It's good to see. We got to see Sammy Guevara come out with his big ass neck brace and really limping and selling that shit.
Dude, he's hilarious. He cracks me up, man.
He's a funny dude. Yeah.
He's like, he brings out the chair for no apparent reason. He's gonna get his ass kicked, and he just bang.
Yeah, really, really funny. But good to see Hardy and Omega continue as a tag team since Adam Page is not around. Hardy and Omega get the win. Good to see that. So it's another blow towards the Inner Circle. They won last week in that street fight. Now Matt Hardy and Omega beat Santana and Ortiz.
Yep.
So we'll see that playing on a little bit later. Next thing on the show was MJF back in action. Haven't seen him in a while against Lee Johnson.
Well, thank God he's back, because after his almost curing injuries, it's good to have him back.
That is true. Yeah, the perseverance and the grit of MJF is really on show the past few weeks.
The fingernail. I mean, come on, man. Scary stuff.
Yeah.
Scary stuff.
All right, so welcome back, MJF. He obviously destroys Lee Johnson and wins that match nice and easy. Talks a lot of shit. He's taking on Jungle Boy Jack Perry at Double or Nothing.
As he should.
Yeah.
He's better than all of us.
He's tremendous at everything, at all the character work that he does and the heel work. So good for MJF. Good to see him back. And we'll continue to see him. He's got Jungle Boy Jack Perry, like we said again, at Double or Nothing. I think he's taking on Marco Stunt next week.
Yes, which should be a great match.
Stunt. That should be a lot of fun. Wardlow should get involved. It's gonna be hilarious.
Luchasaurus will get involved. It's just gonna be good. I'm excited for that stuff.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. Next thing on the show, guys, and takeaway number 4 of the Wednesday Night Wars is what happens after this match. Okay, so the match is Pineapple Pete's against Chris Jericho.
Body of a Greek god.
Yes, Shug D, a.k.a. Pineapple Pete, has the body of a Greek god. We'll say it here first.
Nope.
So it is what it is. All right, Jericho. The match starts. Pineapple Pete goes on a flurry, and then All for Nothing is Judas Effect. That's the end of the match.
As he should. I mean, great effort. I mean, he got over because he wore a pineapple shirt, and Chris Jericho just gets anything over. So
he gets anything over that anything he says he will get over, because this match specifically took place because he called this man Pineapple Pete a few weeks ago. That's why. And
that's his name now.
Yeah.
What's his other name?
Shug D.
It doesn't matter what that name is. It's Pineapple Pete, and that's what it is.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Right. Okay, guys. So he gets the win nice and quick with the Judas Effect. Now, this is the takeaway after the match. Also, Jericho's shtick now is that he comes out with this baseball bat, aluminum baseball bat that says Inner Circle on. He got customized aluminum baseball
Floyd. Bat. His name is Floyd. He gave him a name. He's the new member of the Inner Circle.
The new member of the Inner Circle, Floyd, the aluminum baseball bat that says Inner Circle on it. All right, so he's basically talking about it's still Inner Circle versus the Elite. Remember, we were supposed to have Blood and Guts back in March at the Prudential Center in Newark. That didn't happen. So now he's calling them out at Double or Nothing for a Stadium Stampede match. So they're going to take place inside of Jacksonville Jaguar Stadium, and they're just going to destroy that place. I think everybody's involved in it. I think the entire Inner Circle the entire Elite is involved in this.
So we got they announced everybody, but again, Hangman's been missing. The Young have been missing. Matt Hardy's kind of like the pseudo member of the Elite now. So yeah, it should be fun. But if it's at Double or Nothing, well then they're going to be missing Cody, because Cody has an important match
that is true. They're missing Cody. So we're going to see how what the number scheme is going to play on the participants involved, right? So we'll get to see that. Now, what happens after this is that he calls out the challenge to the Elite to take on this match, a Stadium Stampede match. Here comes Vanguard 1 to answer the challenge. He has the little
Vanguard 1 2.0.
2.0. He has the little shirt that he stole from Chris Jericho. They have an exchange back and forth. On behalf of the Elite, Vanguard does accept the challenge. And what ensues next, now we have Floyd, obviously. Floyd is the new member of the Inner Circle, and he starts to beat the living shit out of Vanguard 1 with this bat, with the Bat Floyd.
And then the other guy started.
They all jump in. They start destroying it, and this was, you know, amazing. They destroyed. They have killed Vanguard 1. Here comes Matt Hardy, and Matt Hardy doesn't come out as like to fight or anything like that. He comes out
just
because
to mourn his friend. He lost a child.
Yeah, basically that's what it is. He lost a child basically because he destroyed Vanguard 1, and you know he was like almost in tears of the fact that Vanguard 1 was destroyed and angry and all that stuff. So you know the feud continues. This was very funny. They all took shots at Vanguard 1 with the baseball bat, with Floyd the baseball bat. Even Sammy Guevara, who had a neck brace on, seemed to not be hurt anymore and just destroyed Vanguard 1. So this is very interesting. It's you know it's dumb obviously because
it's fun, man.
It's dumb, but it's fun. You can tell AEW, everybody's having fun with what they're doing.
They're all having fun. The Inner Circle's fun. They're just having a good time. They like to joke around. Jericho's hilarious no matter what. So I loved it. I thought it was hysterical. I was cracking up. I feel bad for Vanguard 1 2.0, but we'll probably have a Vanguard 2 3.0 sooner or later. So it should be fun.
Yeah, so this was all cool and fun. So we're excited to see that Stadium Stampede match and how that's going to go down and who's involved in it. All right, guys, next thing on the show, main event, Christopher Daniels, the former Fallen Angel of the SCU versus Mr. Brody Lee.
With the title, with the AEW Championship.
Yeah, he stole the AEW Championship. Now, they said that next week it's going to be Jon Moxley versus number 10 of
number 10. Should be 5-star match.
Yeah, the Dark
I'm sure it's going to be a barn burner for sure.
Yeah, should be. Now this is Brody Lee's like first competitive match in AEW. Very, very solid match. You know, Brody Lee does get the win. You know, a lot of SCU involvement in here. So obviously SCU is still beefing with the Dark Order. Yeah. We'll get to see when Stu Grayson and Evil Uno come back. If they do tag team matches at that point. So they came in, but Brody Lee still gets the win. Moxley comes out, and you know, obviously he's mad because the title's taken away. He starts taking on the Dark Order, beating the shit out of them. You know, number 10 and Mr. Brody Lee escape, and they leave the rest of the Dark Order to get demolished by him. And that's the end of AEW. Obviously, that match will take place, you know, Jon Moxley, Mr. Brody Lee for the AEW Championship at Double or Nothing in 2 weeks.
But
so excited to see that.
My only gripe about this is don't come out with the belt on your waist. You're not the champion. I don't know. It just kind of throws me off. Like if he stole it, was holding it, or having one of the guys hold it, that's fine, but his around his waist, I'm like, I don't know if I love that part of it.
Yeah,
we've had stolen titles before, but don't wear it on your waist.
Yeah, you have a point there, but we'll see what happens when that match happens. We'll have one more Dynamite. That could be the go-home Dynamite before Double or Nothing. Excited to see that, guys. But that is the video for today. Our 4 takeaways from the Wednesday Night Wars, NXT versus AEW. Let us know what you guys thought of the shows, and that's the end of it. Remember, if it doesn't work for you, brother, do not do the job.
Later, Marks.